if you and your family hit the $1 billion lottery, what would I still find in your fridge? Or what's some things that you would keep doing all the time? Like me, Totino's Pizzas, epic. Totino's Pizzas, I used to game when me and Freeman Mommy met. We would play like Tomb Raider and games like that. It was always Totino's Pizzas, man. But there's certain things that I absolutely love, man, that I would still stock up on, man, even if I was a billionaire. What are some things around your house that you could not give up if you were a billionaire?
Some things that I would probably not give up are the hobbies that make me feel good. I'm a musician, so I still have my ghetto guitars, man. They got holes in them. They sound like crap, but man, I pick them up all the time and play with them. As far as my fridge, I would probably still have old food that I have to throw out, like old food. But unless I hired, some help to come in and clean it out, I'm always digging half my body inside the fridge to pull out some of that old food when food comes home from the grocery store. But as far as the food that stays in the fridge, ooh, man, it's actually kind of a tough one. And this is
you gotta have some favorites, man.
This is dumb because it's so low totem pole, but down here we have Waterloo sparkling water. And it doesn't, there's literally almost no taste to it, but it's kind of a staple. I eat it I have it with my dinner. I take it to work. So I'd probably always have that, but $1 billion, I might have some better wine, in the winery. I might have a winery at home. I don't know, man. That's some grip, dude.
Well, I've drank good wine. I've had Camus before. I've had Jordan. Dude, I like Cavett, man. It's $12 bottle of Cavett,
wine, dude.
The Pinot Noir. Yeah, man.
Give me
box
some
wine. I have no problem with box wine.
See, I don't drink a whole lot, and I don't know what you know about me.
Me neither.
But I don't drink a whole lot, but when I do drink, I don't drink to get drunk at all.
But when I do,
oh man, there's videos circulating around me, and so my buddy Zach Harden, he took a video from his cell phone of me singing Alice in Chains' Rooster on his couch, and I was blistered, dude. Like I was singing to the sun and back.
Really?
Yeah, but if I was a billionaire,
I sing that in the shower all the time.
Do
dude.
you? I've talked about this in past shows on my last show and stuff, but in that era of time, they kind of encapsulated the R sound. Anything from Seattle had to have that R wrapped around all the music, like Pearl Jam did it. And Alice in Chains did it.
Yeah, gonna keep it real, dude. But summertime's on the way, man. There's a lot of things I do in the summer. I do a lot of DJing in the summer. I do a lot of poolside stuff. But what are your go-tos with the summer, man? Actually here, I'm in North Carolina. You're in Texas. But here in North Carolina, dude, if I put a pumpkin on my porch right now, it definitely feels like fall time right now. So we're definitely getting a spring this year. North Carolina, we get 4 seasons. But sometimes spring is really short. It gets cold to hot. But you know what? It's real mild right now. It's been in the 50s at night, 60s in the day, and I've been loving it. But summer's coming. What are some things that the Rottens like to do, man?
Well, we like to go swimming a lot. Like we're big swimmers. We like to go kayaking a lot. Camping is a big thing. Of course, when it gets too hot in Texas, man, when it gets hot, it's really hot. It's not just the heat; it's the humidity. One time we went camping as a family, us and another family friend, some friends of ours. And we got halfway through. It's like almost the end of the first day. And we set up a gigantic camp. We had a lot of stuff to set up. So we had a lot to take down if we wanted to.
You guys always
camp a lot, brother. But yeah, it's really good for the heart. It gets my steps in. I'm the old Fitbit watch. But so we ended up deciding to throw in the towel, and we went 20 minutes up the road and we watched movies for the rest of the day because it's the AC is blasting. We just, coughed up the money to watch movies with our families, like 3 movies in a row.
So you got TVs in your
No,
tent?
we closed our whole camp up and left the whole camp and went to a movie theater and watched movies. Yeah.
Oh,
It's too hot, man. You know what? I did a little study on how you can tell what the economy is like in a city or what kind of city it is. And that's by listening to the local radio stations. Like
right.
in Houston, they play a lot of hair bands, and hair bands usually cater to oil and gas. And so that's usually what the industry is for people that play hair bands. And in Austin, it's a whole lot of granola kind of music, I should say.
Right.
So that's techie.
Like bongos or what?
Bongos. It's a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan. It's really like old rock and kind of granola music. And that caters to semiconductor or, computer tech industry.
Right.
And then you go to a place like San Antonio. San Antonio, where's the house, the home of Clear Channel. They play everything all the time, but they specialize in super heavy music, like Black Death music. And so the industry is just all over the place. It's like a splatter of monetizing each other. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, the whole time you've been telling me about all this, you know what I've been thinking about? Pee-wee's Big Adventure, man. He's all over Texas. Yeah, I was thinking about, the stars are bright deep in the heart of, and then he gets to the Alamo, the basement, and
oh yeah,
San Antonio, man.
Oh man,
where's the basement?
You can get in trouble at the Alamo for asking that. Can I see your basement?
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think the guards like that. Yeah.
To the basement.
I don't think the guards like that too much anymore. I think at first it was funny, but.
Yeah. And we got a couple more topics, but I did want to bring up, we're kind of doing some test run. We're on Riverside here, writing in the Freeman show. It's all new to us.
Yeah.
Video's all new to us. So let us know. Be sure to subscribe. There's going to be some changes coming. We're trying to figure out our groove here. But do you guys like, short segments? Do you like long shows? We could do 2 hours. We could do 10 minutes. We could do several, 20 minutes. Or what do you guys like? Just let us know in the comments below. Here on YouTube, because we're totally new to YouTube. I've done a radio show for the last 12, 13 years, zombiecast.net, and we've reached all over the world, and we've done really well.
Yeah.
But it's all audio. So let us know, and bear with us as we learn here on with riverside.fm, and then also on YouTube, which we want to be audio and video.
Yeah.
We're having fun with the video. So, we really don't know where the path's going, but we do want to thank you guys for
sticking with us and checking us out for sure.
And
I'm really impressed with Riverside, and I'm impressed with the guidance that their YouTube links have. And so I've learned a whole lot from those links, but I've also learned a whole lot from my son, who's a 13-year-old YouTube genius. He's like, oh no, you got to do this. You got to zoom in. You got to find these topics. Yeah. You got to do all kinds of stuff. So anything short of me having a windsock behind me, he's going to kind of critique me on, which is really good. And so I'm really supposed to say, like and subscribe and leave comments in the section below. And I'm supposed to say all that, and I'll get there. I'm learning how to do it. So, but here's what I'm thinking. I think that it's important to talk about people's happiness and what makes people happy in life. Cause right now we need a whole lot of that, I'm definitely not going to proselytize and like bust out with, you have to do this to be, here's 10 steps to be happy. I just want people to have fun talking to us like I have fun talking to you,
Yeah, I love talking to you, Rod, and I think, current events, I love current events. I love personal stories. And you know what? I honestly, and I've said this 1,000 times over, I could talk with somebody about green beans and have fun with it. So, I'm always down for talking about anything, but I think life in general, current events, things we do in life from day to day. And because I have 3 kids, a wife. Me and my wife's been together in our 30th year, man. 30 years. I've been with Freeman Mommy. 93 is whenever we met. So I have a lifetime of stories and adventures, and bands and music and DJing to, stuff all over the place, flying on stunt planes and traveling and going to other countries and experiences and hanging out with Rastas. And dude, I just love conversation, man. And I love the audio podcast.
And I want to see people smile. I want to see people smile and be happy telling their story, because a lot of times people just don't get to. They go to work, they clock in, they bust ass, they clock out, and they go home, and then they go back to work at home, so it's
same routine, man, all the time.
Yes. And everybody is so happy on the inside. And a lot of times they don't have a chance to share that joy. So I think that's what the show is. It's just share your happiness.
And, you was talking about work and things like that. We were talking about this at work the other day, but you got to think about this. You go home to your family, right?
Right.
You both work. You come together. You create a family. Like I call my house Freeman Kingdom. I don't own much, but I've got 3 trees that I own, some grass. I've got a driveway. I have Freeman Kingdom. I have a Bradford pear, I have a Japanese maple, and I have a weeping willow that I own. It's part of my kingdom. My wife. This is my little kingdom. So I always say Freeman Kingdom. But of all the things and all the planning that you do with your family, your whole life, right?
Yeah.
We'll never know what it's like in your work life. You know what I'm saying? It's like during the average day, I'm around my coworkers 10.5 hours, and I come home for 4 to 5 hours, and I go to bed. So really, my life, it's just crazy that my family and my children and my wife will never know that part of my life. Yeah. It's like 2/3 of my week is not even with them, and like what I do when I go in, I punch in and I do the lunch and I take my nap at lunch, or I meditate, or it's just crazy that they will never see that side of my life ever. And it's, and your whole world is your family. My whole world is Freeman Kingdom, but they will never understand what it's like every day at work, where I like to hang my jacket, where I like to do this, where I like to do that. Think about it.
Right. It's almost like you have to.
Your everything will never know what 2/3 of your life is about. It's crazy. Yeah, I worked for the same company for 28 years, and this is why we talked about it. A guy retired last week, and I'm like, man, I've been around this guy for the last 28 years. Every day that I come to work, so I was kind of bummed.
Yeah, for sure.
Almost like I lost a friend, because he's like, man, I don't want to be here no more. I'm retiring.
Well, hell, it's like
you lost a feeling.
It's like you lost a family member,
Exactly. And that's the way it is with coworkers, and it's just like, it blows my mind that life is like that. And then, when the people that you love so dearly has no clue where you go to the canteen or which bathroom you like the best, or, it's just a part of your world that they would never see, and I was like, my oldest son used to come out to work, but rules have changed with safety and steel toes and stuff like that. So my middle son and my daughter have never stepped foot into where I work ever.
Wow. I usually, so I'll skip jobs every 5 to 10 years, there's a couple jobs in between, but the course of, safety has a different kind of path. The whole goal is to be Puff the Magic Dragon. You have to show up at a company and flip the company to be safe because it was unsafe. And then you're recruited to go to the next place. And that's usually the life of health and safety. But there's sometimes you don't want to leave, because you have fallen in love with the environment. But still, I mean, I'll say it a million times, I would still rather work at home. So I could listen, I've got this dog that I don't get to hang out with. And so my family thinks I hate the dog. I don't hate the dog, but I haven't learned how, I haven't learned how to really, love the dog, because, I'm not really a dog person, but I like to be a dog person. I got to be here to do it. And I'm hardly here,
Please like and subscribe, and listen in the comments below. I get used to saying all this stuff. Like I said, I'm used to audio, send it to Spotify and all that stuff. So We're gonna figure out. I know there's ways to send videos other places, but we're definitely new to YouTube, so definitely bear with us. But you can follow me. We didn't really do a sign off last week, but you can follow me everywhere. I'm at Freeman Daddy 5 on Twitter, and my other show is zombiecast.net, which is a part of the Zombie Research Society. Which it was pretty much George Romero. We built that show up, and I've been doing it for 13 years. We're kind of on hiatus right now. So Rotten and the Freeman Show is definitely a new venture for me. And also our Twitter for this show is, if you go to twitter.com/Rotten Freeman and follow us there, or at Rotten Freeman. We just hit 5,000 subscribers. It kind of goes up and down, people picking and choosing. 5,000, it's nice to see us grow there. And also we have the YouTube channel, which is where you're watching us now. And then, isn't there a Facebook page?
There's a Facebook page too, and people do post on there. The people that are posting on Facebook are saying, well, where is the audio? Because they want to go to, to Stitcher, or they want to go, wherever their podcasts
iTunes
are
and stuff like that.
iTunes, so that is coming. We've been doing podcasts for so long, we kind of have that down. And so before we launch and release everything out into the wild, we just want to learn this craft as good as we can and then launch the YouTube. This is not the first episode. This is just us kind of hanging out and testing the mics, but my focus to hear other people's joy and their stories. And I get to kind of just sit back and be like, man, you have an incredible story. That's what I'm super excited for this, man.
It's going to be an awesome ride, man. And like I said, each week we grow a little bit, grow a little bit. We're learning hashtags and stuff like that. But guys, thank you for listening to this clip of Rotten and the Freeman Show.
Yes, thank you so much.
Right here.
Wife and kids.